it's really easy to hate the other side. It's really easy to come to think of them as just, as constituted by people who are just fundamentally not nice, or fundamentally corrupt or something like that. Super easy. Um, and I actually think that the most important thing in day-to-day work in politics where you're in the fray is to be able to participate in common life. I think a little bit about here, if you don't mind me, David Hume. David Hume, this prodigy philosopher out of the Scottish Enlightenment, is talking about his philosophic theories that actually fill him with doubt and despair, theories of skepticism. Um, and he says, what cures it for him is going out to the pub and having a drink with friends and playing backgammon. And he says this in the Treatise on Human Understanding. And well, you don't have to read David Hume to know this. I mean, to have a drink with somebody, to have a cup of coffee with somebody, to have lunch with somebody. One time I was in this committee meeting in an academic context, and we fought for 3 days. It was a committee that met for 3 days. We fought. And at the end of the 3 days, I thought I never want to see these people I've been disagreeing with again for the rest of. I'd never want to see them. I'm not coming to campus again for months, I thought. And the guy I disagree with the most put his hand on my shoulder and said, "We're going out to lunch." I almost wanted to puke. But I said, okay. And we went out to buy, and like 2 beers into that lunch, we were singing songs, enjoying each other. Like we were having a good time. And we didn't stop disagreeing, but we remembered what it would be like to just interact as two human beings. And so I do think, say concretely for somebody in a legislature, I try to do this, have lunch, have coffee, make fun of each other. It's incredibly, sort of healthy to let people make fun of you. Tell a joke at your expense, tell a joke at somebody else, take the piss out of somebody, as they say in the UK. And um, when the vote comes, you're still going to really hate the other side, and it's still going to sting and hurt, and you're going to, when the campaign comes, you're going to campaign against the other side with everything you have. But in between, learn how to, remember how to be human with each other. And just, quickly, this past summer or spring or whatever, I don't know, say June, I got an email. It's like, legislative softball game. We're meeting, to play softball. Come. And I thought, that's the last thing I want to do with these people who have been sticking it to me over and over and over again for the last 2 years. And I could give you an account of the Republicans I've gone up against that would probably make you hate them. I can describe what they did and what they. So that's how I felt. I don't want to go play softball. And my wife said, "Oh, come on, you got to go. Like, you got to go be human." I was like, "All right, it's a hot day. It's Sunday. I'd rather be with my kids." I drive down. It's probably 2 hours away, and sure enough, there's a cooler full of beer, and we're hanging out. And we didn't play like Republican against Democrat. It's kind of mixed up, and we just had such a nice time. And an hour and a half into it, I was like, why are these people here? It's not because they're liberals or conservatives. They just want to advance their sides, because they want to make this institution work. The legislature, they're investing, they're breathing life in the institution itself. They're trying to maintain some ties of likability, some capacity to enjoy each other as human beings, so that when we go back in there and fight like mad, we don't destroy the place.